everybody. It's been a minute. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for riding the waves of this wild time. If you're new here, my name is Kris, and you're watching the Raw Obsidian Podcast. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry at Obsidian Brat, and you can also find me on the Making app at Raw Obsidian Knits. Wow. The world is a very wild place right now. I have a lot of feelings and opinions that truly apply to being Black and the Black experience when it comes to warring European countries, and like witnessing other African and Black people in Ukraine still experiencing racism in a time of war and in a time of oppression and in a time of pandemic, and also having empathy for people who are dying, who don't align with some of the ideals in said warring countries. And I want to articulate that. I want to articulate that you can be critical of the way things are going and still empathetic. But I am leaning more of towards being critical and like still empathetic, but not as empathetic as most people on the internet are. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. I am not a fan of war. I don't condone war. I don't condone racism in any form or fashion. And that is it. That is all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna protect my peace. I'm going to protect my mental health. I'm going to do things that bring me joy and support people who also support anti-racism. And that's it. Regardless of like anything, if you are anti-racist and wanting to live a peaceful life and make the world a better place for everybody, you and me are buds. Point blank. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's a weird time and we all deserve to protect our peace, and if that means crafting and making and enjoying your morning coffee, enjoying the time that you spend with your family, alone, your dog, your cat. Lean into that. You deserve that. You deserve that peace, even in the midst of turmoil. You deserve that. And that's it. That's my deep spiel. Anyways, let's move on. Let's choose peace right now and talk about knitting and works in progress. Peace. So I started working on the Coat for Roxane by Kristen Schnieder, sorry, in this lovely Plymouth tweed yarn. It's 100% lamb's wool in chocolate. This is my second project using this yarn. I have a ton of it. I needed to get it knit into something, and so this pattern has been sitting in my queue for a while, and so I started it because I had the capacity, the brain power to do it. And the cables are so much fun for the arm. The provisional cast on was super easy. I did have to buy more stitch markers because where do the stitch markers go? Nobody knows, especially when they're not on a project. But yeah, I started knitting, and I am getting very close to being able to pull off the sleeves and like make the body. Very excited about that. It's been my only whip. I'm now a monogamous knitter as of beginning of the new year, and it has been very nice because I'm not as overwhelmed as I usually am if I'm like constantly starting new projects. We shall see if I stay a monogamous knitter when I'm knitting endless stockinette stitch for the body. We shall see, but hopefully I can stick to it. So this is my only work in progress. And then we can move on from that and talk about finished objects. First finished object is a pair of socks. I will insert a photo here. I've been low-key taking part in the M to the 3rd sock along for the year, and it's been really fun. I knit this pair of socks in some like mystery yarn, and it's very squishy, thick worsted weight yarn just to get myself back into sock knitting and have it be like quick. But they're very squishy and very comfortable. I used the Tin Can Knits Rye Socks for a pattern. I just kind of like didn't do the garter pattern, and I did a garter heel instead. Those are really nice, very fun to knit. I appreciated that. Second thing that I have on my finished objects list is a sewing project. I don't know if you've seen those like cute little bento project bags, but I saw a free pattern on Pinterest because that's what my life is these days, is just endlessly scrolling Pinterest, and I made one out of this cute fabric that I got at Walmart because that's rural life for you. Everything is Walmart, and it was super easy. I will link the recipe below, but it was like really fun to do. Nice way to get myself back into sewing. My little points are not as sharp, but it just means that my project bag is very much fun. I wanted another project bag just to like store some like either whatever project I'm working on or snacks, especially for the summer. And so you open it up, and the seams are interesting on this one. I sewed it weirdly, but I kind of like the way I did it. So you open it up, you place your project in the bag, you take diagonal corners and tie the inside, take the opposite diagonal corner and tie the inside, and now you have a cute little sack. If you really want to secure it, you can do the knot thing. I did a very bad knot, but still, it's very fun, very cute, super lightweight, keeps my stuff very much intact, which is nice. I enjoy this project bag. I will probably make more of them. Do I have any other finished objects? No, that's it. Moving on, let's talk about acquisitions. First things first, I needed a new set of interchangeable needles. Because my current set of interchangeable needles was starting to fall apart, and I had them for about, I want to say, 6 years. I wish they would have lasted a little bit longer, but one of the cables kind of, and I can still use them. I have tinier cables, but like I lost the connectors and it's just kind of a mess. So I got a new pair of needles with my tax return money. Because what are tax returns for? I got the Knitter's Pride Ginger set. And it comes in this beautiful case with lovely snaps, a notions pouch, a means to put your pattern and hold it up so you can look at it while you're doing your thing, and all of these beautiful needles. They go from sizes 3 to 17. The current size I'm using right now is the size 9 for my coat for Roxane, and it comes with a cute pen so you can make notes. 3 magnets, and then 1 strip that goes across. It's magnetic as well. For the notions, it comes with many a short and long cable, tons of these cable ends, stitch markers, connectors, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It's quite nice. I love this set. And here's the perk of it. Like I said, you can like stand it up and it'll hold your pattern up so you can actually look at it. So you fold the notions pouch in. You can use these loops to keep it shut. Then it has longer loops to put around the toggle, and it just holds up like this, nice and propped, so you can see your pattern. And when you're done, you unloop it, give it a little fold, and then you can just snap everything back into place for storage. This ran me about $102 on Amazon. I will link it below. I usually don't do Amazon stuff, but you know, I live that rural life, so Walmart and Amazon are life for me, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. But these ginger needles are really nice. They're very smooth. The cables are malleable. You don't have to worry about doing the hot water trick to like unwrap everything and have weird loops while you're doing a big sweater project, for instance, or a big shawl project. They just stay nicely rounded, which is lovely. It's so nice. I love this set, and I'm very glad I invested in it. I'm such a weirdo about spending money. And it is, you know, when you're spent most of your life not having tons of money, you're very frugal usually, and so spending any kind of money, making any kind of investment is really scary. But I did the thing, and now I'm very happy with having a quality set of knitting needles finally. Knitter's Pride, love it. The next thing I acquired, which is what made this whole episode of the podcast possible, is I got myself a new computer, y'all. Or more so, my husband got me a new computer, and I have never had a brand new computer before. Every computer I have owned since the day I got my first computer in high school has been an eBay purchase, used, refurbished, free from friends who had funds from school and had gotten hold of computers and redistributed them to friends. And so this was my first computer that's brand new from the manufacturer. I got a MacBook Air. And I'm very grateful to have a computer that works and that I can do my art with, and this podcast and writing and everything. I don't take new equipment for granted. New technology I don't take for granted. So thank you, Jordan, for making this possible. It was a birthday gift too, which is really nice. I just had my 32nd birthday, so having a compact computer to do fun things with is a major blessing. So I am really happy. And my second to last acquisition, insert photo here, is my new Singer heavy duty sewing machine. Words. Also purchased at Walmart for $180. I wasn't gonna get another Singer machine because my last machine was horrible, but it turns out when you buy a $50 machine from the thrift store, you get a $50 machine. And that thing did wonderful things for me, but it was not the best. And this machine is very nice, very easy to work with. I sewed that bento bag with it, and it was just such a nice, smooth machine. I'm looking forward to doing more projects with my Singer. Yeah. And then last but not least, because we love tools, I ended up getting a Fiskars fabric cutting set, which includes a rotary cutter and a clear measuring tool and one of those, I'm not going to bring it up, but because it's big, it's just the board, the self-healing board for the rotary tool to run across, because I want to start quilting, and I also just want a surface for if I'm cutting a straight line, I can just, and I know rotary tools can be dangerous, so I'm hand way over here and yeah, but those are my acquisitions, things that will make crafting possible and knitting possible, and I'm so excited, and I feel very grateful and blessed to be able to make these purchases. Thank you, tax return. Yeah, and I'm just getting my sewing room, guest room, which is what I'm in right now, set up. Yeah, I'm looking forward to making so much more content for you all and just doing all of the fun projects and writing and all of that. So there will be blog posts, there will be podcasts, there will be things. And it's just a matter of discipline and finding time, because y'all, I don't know if you noticed, because on Instagram I posted it, but Zaz took their first step and they haven't they've taken some steps here and there independently, but not as much. They're still kind of shaky and scared, but they do walk with my hand barely holding theirs. It's just a confidence thing. But yeah, the older Zaz gets, the more the busier I get because they're just exploring the world and growing up, which is wild. Her birthday is coming up next month on the 27th, which is like, I can't believe I've been a parent for almost a year. I'm trying not to cry. But you know, there's just like, there's so many wonderful things happening in my life. So I want to make sure that I am present for being there for Zaz and present for being there for myself and doing the projects that I care about. So I appreciate all of the support from everybody who has subscribed to this channel, follows me on Instagram, has sent funds for projects and supplies and fabric and all of that. I like, this community is so wonderful, and I'm really excited to do more this year and to be consistent this year. I really want to lean into consistency and peace. So thank you all for being here. Yeah, it's a wild time, but we're gonna get through it together. So yeah, once again, thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell if you want to get updates for when I put out new videos. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.